Welcome to my home. As a professional organizer, the number one thing I get asked all the time is, Megan, how do you organize your personal space? Now, I'm a pretty private person, but for my friend Mary and the good stuff, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek behind the curtain. Okay, my kitchen. The coffee maker probably gets used the most. I'm addicted to coffee, I'm not even gonna lie about it, and this is where the magic happens. My kitchen doesn't look like there's a lot of space, but for one person, it's very doable. I have spices, oil and vinegars, my plates. There's a home for everything. I'm more of the type of person that goes to the store frequently, buys fresh and buys in small quantities, and then I make my food that day. Fun fact about Megan, I've never used this. So I've been here 2.5 years. I've literally never used the dishwasher. I have a dining nook in my home, and I'm gonna be honest, not a lot of dining happens there. This is really the place that I do eat sometimes, but I do a lot of work and a lot of creative work for my business in that area. So one thing though that you guys don't know about me is that I'm a super spiritual person. So every week I have 8 fresh oranges in my dining nook because it represents abundance. It doesn't have a lot of clutter. It's super minimal. There's some gentle textures, really neutral colors. And when there's a more minimal space, I feel like I have a lot more creative freedom. So should we go to the living room? Let's go to the living room. So the living room is one of my favorite places in the home because it's just so calm and comfortable. It's funny, I actually have no storage in my living room, which was very intentional. Half space will fill, so they say. So if there's lots of extra drawers, I'm probably just gonna put things in it. So very little storage and very calm mood. I can recharge. There's some textures here, there's some neutral colors, but it's a place that I can wind down after a super busy day of work. So when I first moved in, the closet lacked function, and it was really what I call a builder's basic. There was upper shelving, hanging space, and that's it. So I had installed my own shoe shelves, but over time, it really lacked personality, and to be honest, I started to feel a little uninspired in the space. So I reached out to a local closet company in Toronto called yourclosets.ca, and they came over and they did this whole design of my space. Okay, my newly renovated closet, so lots of hanging space. I have high hang, I have low hang, I have a tower for handbags, I have another tower for sweaters, and then behind me, I'm a big sneaker fan, so fitness sneakers, I have some baskets here, and drawers, which are super helpful, so nothing gets lost and everything is nice and tidy. Thanks so much for coming to my home. Now you know a little bit more about how I organize my personal space. Mary, I'll see you back in the studio.
Megan Arthur's practicing what she preaches. Hello, Megan.
Hey, Mary.
I'm obsessed with the closet. I have a question. The jeans, have we hung them like that on the show before?
I think we have.
Where it's like the loop goes around the hook?
Exactly.
Genius.
Because they need safe space.
Yes. Honestly, I gotta go home and do some jean hanging. All right. But I love how every single thing in your home has a purpose and a place, which is kind of your lesson today. What are we getting into?
Yes. So we're talking about intentional living, which is what I live by, and it's really about creating spaces that support how you want to feel and how you want to live every day. But an intentional home doesn't necessarily have random items. Like everything is really selected with purpose because you love the items, you use the items, and then that way the home can support your routine and lifestyle.
Okay, so you're gonna share 3 ways that we can kind of practice this intentional living. And we're gonna start over here. What's going on?
This here is all about habits.
Okay.
So your space can really affect your habits. And sometimes we go through different phases and stages of life where we're like, you know what, I actually want to take up exercising at home. Or I want to maybe read a book. So this is really curated for me personally because I want to get into reading more in the evening into my routine.
Girl, welcome. I love reading. I got book recos for you.
Oh my gosh, Mary. Let's chat after. But when your home doesn't have that space to support your habits, you're not going to be doing it, right?
Totally.
Okay, so the 3 main things you want to consider is it accessible?
Yeah.
Is it visible? And is it intentional?
Okay.
So this is for sure visible. We have a little nook here. We have a cute chair. We have the book literally staring at me like, hey, Megan,
Yeah.
remember that habit you wanted to create? A really cute basket, a throw blanket. It's super accessible. I don't have to move around furniture to get to it. I don't have to get a little step stool to reach the book. Like, it's all there ready for me. And when you set up your space to support your habits, whether they're old or new habits, you can implement them so much more easily.
Is this kind of to do with that detoxing?
So the detoxing is, you're gonna laugh at me, but we're gonna dive into it. It's all about my cell phone.
Okay.
So I like to have a clutter-free phone. Now, this is not for everyone. Full transparency. This is what I call like living on the edge for Megan. Like some people go skydiving. I delete all my messages.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like this.
So we typically have.
You're never allowed to look at my phone.
Yeah, there's two types of people in the world. There's the ones with like the red circle, and it's like 5,000 emails, and then it's like, hey, I'm over here.
Yeah.
So we typically have two inboxes on our phone, one for emails and one for texting. So for my email inbox, when there are new ones that are coming in, I either delete them, I unsubscribe if I'm like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Or if they're important to me, I move them to a new folder, like if it's an appointment or if it's something for work that I've pre-created. So I have folders within the inbox. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, totally.
And then with the texting, I just delete them. But if they're super important, I'm like, oh, I may have to refer to that. I take a screenshot of it. And I know it sounds wild. You're like, this girl's wild. The reason I do it is because when I see messages in the inbox, in my brain, I'm like, oh, that's a task I have to do. And then I carry that mental clutter with me throughout the day, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
Totally. I love that. I read every email. I do not read text messages. Just a heads up, everybody. Just so all right, where are we moving on to?
Okay, so we're talking about categorizing and grouping. Okay, this is interesting. So our eyes are constantly scanning, right? So sometimes we're scanning piles of clutter and dishes and laundry, and it affects your nervous system.
Yeah.
It causes a lot of stress. That's why when you go to a bookstore, do you not like walk into a bookstore and immediately you're like, I feel so calm.
Yes.
Like, why do I not hang out at the bookstore more often? It's because it's categorized and it's grouped, and you can do this in your own home without spending $1, and you can start with folding your linens. So we have two piles here. One is a little bit messy. This is folded in all sorts of ways. It's not wrong, by the way. I'm just saying, it's not, if you do that, like, no shame on you. It's okay. But you could also fold them in all the same way and stack them so they're uniform, and it can lower a little bit of stress.
You know what? You're right. It's that less visual clutter, and it just makes you feel like you're like, okay, I'm good. Everything's fine. Yeah.
And the same with jars. You can have different size jars. Again, it's not wrong to have different size jars. It may work for you. But if you have all the same jars with the same lids and the same font label, sometimes it can lower that stress and reduce that overwhelm in your home in general.
Okay, that is fantastic. Megan, thank you so much for keeping us intentionally lived. And studio audience, to help you create a cozy zone like Megan in your home, thanks to IKEA, you're all going home with this basket and throw blanket. Fantastic. Thanks so much, Megan. Great job. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.